Blessings of the forest, and I hope everyone has had a very good day. Stretching out here in the woods. Thought I'd take a break and work on some more of my videos. So, let's talk a little bit today about Dragon-Mindedness. I talked in one of my previous videos about the dragon mind, or people who were dragon-minded. And I talked a little bit about the reptile brain and some stuff about how all that kind of fits in and what my personal thoughts are and all that. And so I figured I'd start sharing some more of my thought processes and whatnot as I work on this particular journey of mine. So dragons, and this might actually also kind of end up as a dragons as spirit animals kind of deal. So let me preface with, I do not think that dragons can be spirit animals in the same way that I have described spirit animals prior. Being that my description for spirit animals is a spirit which takes the form of an animal in order to guide you along your journey, informing you of ways in which you can be like said animal that will offer you comfort or strength in the coming months or the coming years or whatever. And so that is what a spirit animal is. Well, a dragon is not necessarily on that same level. So let's say that you have a dream, and in your dream you keep having interactions with a wolf. Well, the wolf is on your level. The wolf is dealing with things that you're dealing with. The wolf might be telling you things that it sees that you don't see, things that it smells that you don't smell, teaching you how to be like it in order to make your time here easier, simpler, better, more fulfilling. A dragon doesn't really do that. A dragon is something which you encounter. A dragon is something which reveals itself to you in sort of a divine way. And that is, I think, a key element that separates the dragon from other animals that could be spirit guides. And while the dragon is not a spirit animal, in that it does not follow you around in your dreams, or it doesn't do your bidding in your dreams or teach you things that way, a dragon represents this sort of perfect union of that which is divine and that which is chthonic. Chthonic is like of earth, of material. Divine is of divinity. And a dragon represents that perfect unison between divinity and chthonic natures. So, prefaced, I don't believe that a dragon, somebody could come and tell me, hey, I think my spirit animal might be the wolf. Well, let's examine that. Let's look at that. Let's talk about that. Somebody would come to me and say, hey, I think my spirit animal is the dragon. I don't want to come across as negative, but I don't think that a dragon is a spirit animal in the same way that other animals would be spirit animals. So that's where I'm going to end that part of this conversation. But let's look, because dragons do show up to people. Dragons do teach people things. Dragons do reveal their nature to people. And some people think that it's more of a negative thing. Some people think that it's an extremely positive thing. I think that honestly, the way in which the dragon reveals itself to you is probably the most important aspect. And honestly, I wouldn't be able to tell you what all of those interactions meant unless I was listening to somebody tell me about their interaction. It would be very intuitive. It would be very catered to the individual, in a similar way to how the spirit animals, they have a lot of things in common. They have a lot of things that are kind of shared between them, but each person is going to need something different from each spirit animal. So now let's get into dragon-mindedness. Well, what does it mean to be dragon-minded? Well, it means to me that you are in touch with the part of yourself which is in relation to the dragon, in relation to this draconic thought. And how exactly would that work? So let's kind of set this up. Okay, so a dragon is this, I went over this a little earlier. Dragon, I feel like, is this perfect blend of divinity and earthboundedness, this divine chthonic, almost alchemically perfect creation. And in order for you to truly be dragon-minded, you have to think as the dragon does. Well, the dragon, if it's this perfect blend, is in perfect harmony with its air nature, its fire nature, its water nature, its earth nature. It's in perfect harmony with its divine nature and its chthonic nature. It's in harmony with how it interacts with the world around it. A dragon may go out and destroy something, but we don't necessarily know all of the pieces that are going into why the dragon is making that decision to do this. A dragon, to me, is a being which is beyond good and evil, right and wrong. It does things because that's the way, that's the natural order of things. It's the reason that it does things that it does. It does those things because that's the thing that needs to happen, when it needs to happen, the way it needs to happen. And the dragon is how it is enacted. So that's my thought on that. So to be dragon-minded means that one must work and strive to be in harmony with all of those different aspects of the self. You must learn how to be in harmony with your own fire nature. You must learn how to be in harmony with your own air nature. You must learn to be in harmony with your water, your earth, your divinity, your mortality. You have to be in harmony with all of those things, otherwise you run the risk of not truly being dragon-minded. Now this also kind of ties into a lot of like spiritual work, so work that you would do if you were pursuing, the spiritual goal of enlightenment, or any number of other methodologies or words used to describe that particular journey. Those of us who are on a spiritual journey are constantly seeking to better ourselves, constantly seeking to be more in touch with our own personal divines, and be in touch with how we interact with the divine. Being dragon-minded, I feel like, is just perhaps another direction to take for those of us who are extremely drawn to reptilian imagery. Those of us who find ourselves looking at dragons and not thinking, wow, a dragon, wow. But we find ourselves thinking, what is that dragon thinking? Why is that dragon doing what it's doing? Can I understand this reptile? I ask myself that question all the time with crocodiles or alligators, or anytime I see the snakes on the property here, I'm constantly asking myself, what is that snake thinking? Can I emotionally, mentally, and spiritually connect with that snake? And I think that might be one of the first steps towards dragon-mindedness, is thinking about an animal whose thoughts are so utterly alien to our mammalian brain, and trying to connect to that. Well, that's what I've got on that so far. Been working on it, kind of piecing it all together, doing as I can, doing what I can, in between taking care of the property and the kids and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, leave me some comments in the comment section below. Drop me a few likes if you like my content. Subscribe, it's much appreciated. I've had some people reach out and ask me to do videos on dragons specifically. I've had people reach out and ask me to do videos on the good neighbors or the fair folk, fairy, magic in general. So if you guys could, reach out to me, leave me comments, something, communicate with me in some way. Let me know what kind of videos you guys would like And in the meantime, I'll just keep working on my my spirit animal series. Oh, hello, Mr. Ant. No, no, no. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry. Didn't want to kill him. He's just going about his business. He just has no business on my phone. So anyways, yeah, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks. Blessings of the forest to all of you, and I hope you all have a very good day. And with that, I bid you adieu, as I fade back into the woods from whence I came.